ABC 123. Okay, Monopoly 2.0. Okay, so quite a few changes, but let's start with what we got. So, first change, you have NPCs. So this player and this player are actual players. All these other players are NPCs, and all they do is they pay rent if they land on your property. Um, every turn after the players go, you roll one dice for each NPC, and then you roll two dice for the timer NPC. In this game, we're doing the train as the timer NPC. When the train goes all the way around back to go, then 1 year has gone by, and that's just a timer in the game. Okay. Then the property's value is 100 times the value on the board. Um, okay. So yeah, the properties cost 100 times the value on the board, and then houses cost 100 times the listed price. So this one it says 50, so it'd be 5,000 um, for a house. Um, the so there's that. In order, and then you start the game with either 200 or zero. You still collect $200 every time you pass go for your regular paycheck. That um, um, uh, you can purchase properties, or you can lease arbitrage properties. So if you imagine this property, you can go and you can rent this place for yourself for the night, or you can rent it out for the whole year, and then anybody else that comes to rent it um, has to pay you for the rest of the year. Kind of like you go and you rent a house for a year, and then you can Airbnb it for the rest of the year, and so you pay the landlord. So in this case, it'd be $6, and then the rest of the year, everyone else that comes and lands pays you $6. So you're getting you get paid once every time somebody lands there and stuff.
You pay $12.
So okay, and then in this case, so $6 would be for the night, and then what we're doing is the math still needs to get worked out, but for now we're just doubling the rent. So if you pay double rent, then you can keep the card over in your pile as part of your long-term leases, and that means if you pay double rent, then you get to keep the lease for 1 year, which means until the train gets back to go. And then when the train gets back to go, you have the opportunity to renew your lease. So you can pay double rent again if you want and keep it, and then just keep on going like that. And then once somebody has a lease, um, unless they can't pay it and they lose it, um, they own that lease. So if you want to get that lease from somebody else, then you either have to buy the property, so you have to pay. This is Vermont. To get Vermont, you have to buy the property at $10,000. No, yeah, $10,000 for Vermont, or you can purchase the lease from the owner. So the other player that owns it. Okay, and then a few more things. In this game you can get loans. Um, so secured loans. So basically mortgages. If you're buying a property with a loan, you can get a loan at 2%. Um, if you're getting a loan for any other purposes, so in this game, basically, if you're getting a loan to pay for rent and taxes and things like that, um, then you pay 10%. And loans mature at the same time that the train goes by. So when the train goes by, you have to pay whatever the interest is on your loans. Um, yeah, so you have to renew your leases and you have to pay the interest on your loans. One other aspect that probably needs some tweaking was sales. So if you roll doubles, so if you get doubles, for every double you get, you can adjust the price of one thing. So you have to, I don't know, maybe you don't have to be involved. I think you have to be involved, or maybe we can make it so that you have, maybe it's easier if you're more involved, and harder if you're less involved. So like if I'm on this property, then maybe doubles mean more. But if I'm over here and I want to change boardwalk, then I have to work harder for it and stuff. Um, but basically the idea was you roll some combination of dice that's hard, and so you're just basically spending time working on something, and then occasionally you'll get a hit. Um, and the idea with that is um, that you can rent out a property, and you charge everyone else $6 because that's the market rate. But the rolling the doubles and putting in the effort is like finding a way to make a special deal with a landlord, to get a few bucks knocked off the rent. So currently what we have is every doubles can adjust the price by 1%. So you can adjust the rent, you can adjust the construction cost of houses, or you can adjust the this isn't that's mortgage, but you can adjust the purchase price, as well, and you can adjust that up or down. So you could adjust the rent up for everyone else, or you can adjust the rent down for yourself, or you can adjust the purchase price down to buy it, or you can adjust the purchase price up to sell it. When you're interacting with other players, you have to negotiate. Normally, you can't force other players based on your sales price. The only thing you can force other players is if they actually land on your property. The other thing is, when you roll the dice, for movement, you can move up to that amount. So 9. So if I'm the wheelbarrow, I can move up to 9 spaces, but I can move anything between 1 and I can move up to 9 spaces. So I can move 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I think that is all the changes. Yep. Okay.